Welcome back one and all, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Torment, Tides in Numenera. Where we left off last time we were searching for memorialists. Also my dog is outside and apparently just singing in the neighborhood the song of his people. He is just going ballistic today. No idea why, but that's fine. So we just pulled aside a panel and we looked inside. You peer into the gloom. The dust has been more than disturbed. You see footprints. After a few minutes, your diligence is rewarded. There's a third alcove at the back of the crawl space, hidden behind a great stone slab. The slab is held up by a stone the size of a human head, creating a small gap hardly half a meter high. You crouch down and peer through the gap. Two people are hiding in the space behind it. One of them, a bearded man with a kind expression, whispers to you, "Hold, friend, if friend you be. My name is Beltrax. This is Ronus Kaisul. Those damn cultists gave chase to us. Ronus knew of this small sepulchre in which we have hidden, but we have nowhere left to run. They will murder us if you reveal our position." "Please," says Ronus, Beltrax, is but a visitor to this place. He has no part in our struggle with the children. Tell them that we have fled, that you couldn't find us. Cover your tracks, I'll deal with the cultists. You have our gratitude. Good luck, friend. They watch you leave. Well, this is probably going to end in a fight, but let's see how this goes. I don't really like cultists, so here we go. Have you found them yet? Have you? I found them, but I'm not going to bring them to you. I will flay the skin from your muscles, the muscles from your bones, and free your light into the endless gate. Well, apparently that did not end well for us. Luckily, we have a beefcake. 40 hit points, damn, that's a lot of hit points. Not for long, though. That was a critical hit, that was a ton of damage. That was Lurker's presence. I don't like the sound of that. What do we got? So we can infuse our weapon. We need to get better at infusing our weapon. That's just something that we're gonna have to do eventually. Let's go hit him, or try to hit him. Almost dead. Rin is not gonna do anything just yet. She's gonna hide. 60%, 80% is good enough, I think. Perfect. And then she's gonna help us by flanking.
Doing begets learning, I guess.
Perfect. We're gonna probably take some damage here. That guy's got a gun. Ow. You D-bag. What does possession do? I don't know. But I do know that we're gonna sneak behind this guy and end his life. 90% chance to hit basic attack.
Fear me.
Will eviscerate him.
Fear me.
One dead. Next one. Which one? This one. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to hit you in the head. It's just the way of the world. His critical hit damage is insanely good. I wonder if we'll be flanking if we move here. Yes. Yes, we will.
You hit me, I'll hit you.
2 dead. We don't really need to heal or anything just yet, but I do need you to move behind him so we can flank.
I feel like I can take on the world.
You can, Rin. As long as you're flanking things for me, you are the world.
What's happening to me?
Ow.
What's happening to me?
That actually really hurt everybody. I'm annoyed at him now. He has annoyed me for the last time. Like literally the last time. I'm going to tear him to pieces. Let's just make sure that we end this fight.
I don't know what this is, but I like it.
And that's the end of that. That was some fight. His bearded face is full of concern. Are you hurt? He carries a variety of well-worn weapons on his person and a bandolier of small images and trinkets across his body. He clasps a hand to his chest. I'm Beltrax. His companion is a slight, nervous man in a hooded robe of blue and white. He bows. I'm sorry you had to face those cultists. We hid in well. He bows, a small tremble in his hands as he does so. I have a favor to request. Those cultists, the children of the Endless Gate, they have overrun the Valley of Dead Heroes. They slaughter the visitors, they hound us, the memorialists, and have brought horror to every corner of this ancient place. Please, you've shown your mettle in dealing with these murderers. I beg of you, please find a way to make them move on.
I'll remember that.
He sags with relief. Thank you, friend. The coming of the children has been a relentless nightmare for us. I wish you the best of luck. I'm looking for the tomb of the first cast-off. I know where it is. Isn't that why you asked me to come along? We need to get to the necropolis up the cliff face. We'll have to use the minims to get up there, but it's easy enough. He bows nervously. This is true. You must be strong or careful, though, or both. The children are vicious and unpredictable. Tell me about the valley. It has been a burial ground for the world for at least 1,000,000 years. Yet, he holds up a finger like a lecturer. We have uncovered no bodies in the valley itself. Oh no, despite all the memorials, obelisks, and urns above the ground, we have not been able to find evidence of a single body. Markers exist beyond counting. Some are in scripts we cannot understand. Some are materials we have never seen, but the bodies themselves lie in a great space beneath the ground. Above the ground there is no sign of life, none at all, except what we bring with us. How about you? My true name is Ronos Kasul of the Memorialists. I came here from Sagitt's Cliffs to inter my beloved wife. That was over a decade ago. I remained because I felt a close connection to the place, somehow. When I discovered the name of my true self, I knew. This world is the afterlife, and the graves here are our own. Now I study the world of the living, hoping to bring others to the enlightenment I reached. Tell me, the memorialists, we're ordinary people, really? People who understand the truth that this world is really the afterlife, and that the tombs here are our graves. We maintain the valley so no name is forgotten, so that everyone can come here and remember their true selves. Once all the tombs have been claimed, we shall see a glorious resurgence of humanity. Likewise, if we allow our names to be forgotten, devastation will sweep across the land. That's just crazy.
Like a whisper.
I want to talk to the other dude, though. He looks like he might be a shopkeeper. And I want his stuff. A buzzer.
All right.
What else do we got? Another buzzer, so just 2 buzzers so far. And a dagger, a shadow flower, and some shins. Baltrax, what do you have to say? Hello again, my friend. How long have the cultists been here? They came to the valley recently, perhaps a month, perhaps only a week or 2. Maybe some of them have been here for longer than that, I don't know. The children's arrival was slow and insidious. They didn't make the ruckus they're making now. Then a few days ago, they just went berserk, started abducting and slaughtering, and well, here we are now. Tell me about you. This sounds embarrassing when I say it out loud, but I came here to meet up with a sorcerer to quest for a fabled magical board. That does sound crazy. He shrugs. I haven't met the sorcerer yet, but I did meet a memorialist. She told me about the work they do here, about this being the afterlife, that the names we bore in life are hidden in the valley in the names of the dead, who she called the truly living. I have to admit, this was about the most carked tripe I'd ever heard. Yeah, pretty much. But she said something after. Shadows fall where they will, as they will, meaning if we're the shadows of other lives, like shadows, we can't control what we are. That stuck with me. What if she's right? He plucks one of the lockets from his bandolier, pops it open, and reveals a glowing image of a woman. He regards her wistfully. What if she's still alive somewhere? What if this isn't life? If I'm just a shadow waiting to step into the light? What if she's there waiting for me? It's preposterous, I know. You look at it from the outside, but thinking about it, this world is flat and cold and empty. He looks at the woman's image again. It feels right to believe there's another life, one that feels like living. He closes the locket. So I've been learning more. Ronos was my guide through the valley when those carkers came upon us. We crawled into a sepulchre behind those boards, and well, you know the rest. Tell me about the valley. A vast graveyard of sorts, but you're not going to find any bodies here above ground. You need to get to the necropolis to find the real tombs, but to get there, you've got to use the minims, floating pools of light, and when you walk into one, you walk out of its twin someplace. Okay.
Fine.
Well, you're not a storekeeper, and that's kind of what I was hoping for, or someone that will let me rest, which is also what I was hoping for.
Oh! The Valley of Dead Heroes. I like it here. There's absolutely no place we should avoid completely.
Glad to hear it. Me too. I'm glad to hear the things I'm saying of my own free will. He swallows hard.
Updated my journal.
Every inch of this valley is packed with adventure. One of his hands comes up, trembling to cover his eyes. Interesting people. Places to explore, like he trails off, biting his lip. We should explore all of it, even the alcoves. Not afraid of any of it. Stop shouting at me. Are you alright? He sways on his feet, lifts his head to the sky, and his glow returns to full strength. He smiles at you, every trace of his momentary discomfort gone. Of course! We're facing a new adventure. I couldn't be better. Then his gaze slips from yours to fix on empty air, on something only he can see.
All right, Ren, you can do this.
There is like a shadowy thing right there. A patch of darkness hangs before you like a black spot on your retina, except it doesn't move when you move your eyes. Looking into it is like looking into an abandoned cave. No breeze or sound or shadows stir within, and its edges are slowly disintegrating. Let's try and determine it. I'm okay with 90%. Though you have never seen one before, you are pretty sure this is a living thing. The name Minim comes to your mind. Minims are usually paired with another of their kind, and it is possible to travel from one to the other through the void that connects them. This one, however, seems to be dying, and the void within it has no other exit, as if it has lost its mate. You also notice that the disintegrating edges of the darkness are blowing away like pollen or ash. You actually catch flecks of darkness in your hand, but they dissolve away like black snow, almost immediately. When you move closer, however, you accidentally breathe some of the flecks in. You stay very still for a few moments listening to your body, but nothing seems to have changed in you, neither good nor bad. Probably the flecks dissipated in your lungs just as quickly. I'm gonna try it out. Let's go in. Step into the darkness. The darkness surrounds you. You are whipped by it as if by a wind. It is a swirling vortex with no way ahead and no way back. The opening you passed through has vanished into utter blackness. A tiny hail of objects batters you in the dark, thrown by the wind. Rocks or bones or drit, you cannot tell. Then something large and sharp slams into you. You wrestle with it for a moment before realizing it's a skeleton, though not human. As you try to shrug it off, you feel an object in its hand. You pry it free and the skeleton falls past you. Then the wind lofts you towards a bright spot in the darkness and you tumble back out of the opening you entered, clutching the stolen object in your hand. It's a stim. I'm gonna go back in. You enter the dark whirlwind again, and again you are battered by debris before being spit back out the same opening you came in. If this is a portal to somewhere, it appears to be blocked. Okay. What's a stim? Let's find out. We have a lot of ciphers. Where are stims? It looked like a spiky thing. But I'm not seeing any spiky things. Was it one of these? Stim, there we go. It's a cipher. Confers plus 45% on non-combat tasks. 4 uses. It's actually pretty damn nice. We're gonna quick save, and then we'll walk up here. There's some weird eye thing there. That's creepy. What? Shut up. No, you shut up. You sleep with cragworms. Hi, Blob of 3. Who are you? This corpulent mass is almost too large, but you slowly realize it's 3 beings somehow melded together into one. A fleshy jumble of 3 faces on a single head protruding from a shapeless mass of a torso. 2 of the faces track your approach while the third mutters under its breath. When it speaks, the 3 voices blend into one buzzing, angry harmony. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you want. Do you also seek the mask? Did you climb into the leaning obelisk here in the valley, held aloft by Saint Proverbius? The third face begins cursing and drooling. Slimy Jolly and wizened hate them. Cold and red. Pff. It trails off as if dazed. When it resumes, it's looking in the other direction entirely. Ill. So ill. Tell me about this mask. The Mask of Prosper, the true sight, a treasure for the knowledgeable, a useless scrap for those who will not see. We know its truths, and its secrets are ours, not for the weak, not for the stupid. What are you? An astute question. We are 3, a glaive, a jack, and nano. Missing but 1. We require a 4th. We seek knowledge here in the valley, but we pursue the wisdom of the ancients in this fallen age. We assess, we judge, but humanity is on the decline. It is only through purity and adherence that the old ways that we achieve enlightenment. Well, if you're looking for someone with wisdom, look elsewhere. We scoff in the face of wiseness. We laugh at danger. We lost the train of thought. No matter. The blob stares at him incredulously. You have the aura of a hero and the mind of a simpleton. Can your lineage truly be so sullied? Sorry. That was funny, though. When you say you need a 4th, what do you mean? A 4th to join us, to complete us, to square our circle. Someone to sing to us, someone to unite us. Suggest somebody. If you give them my name, I'll light everything in this valley on fire. That's a promise. A conjoined sneer is the only response. What if you sought a minstrel, a bard? Would that help you? Yes. His voice would soothe. His words, his leadership history could understand. Lore, markings in the valley. The second face says, need one who is similar to us, who knows songs of power. The first face replies, there are none like us, none. We are pure. Pure. The third face gibbers profanity, but you don't understand its words. Its meaning is clear. It hates everyone and everything but itself. How'd you come to be this way? We climbed the leaning obelisk to see the mask of Prosper. Everyone should climb the obelisk. We entered the portal. We emerged on the other side as you see us. A maze surrounded us, over which the painful shadow of a deity was cast. It was a labyrinth of straight corridors and right angles, full of traps, puzzles, and monsters. At last we emerged, and now dream of the way to return to optimize our experience. Do you want me to undo what happened to you, or put you out of your misery? The creature reacts savagely, thrashing and flailing. No, we are happy this way, happy. The conjoined faces look anything but happy, and its straining limbs are practically tearing it apart. But the blob's tone suggests you are an idiot for wanting to help. The form is perfect, like the forms of the ancients. Need only a fourth to complete us, but where? The third face sprays fine saliva and phlegm across the other two. You are fools, you have lost the way. The three faces begin to bicker and squabble in an incomprehensible tongue, and one of them bites into the blob's exposed flesh. The other two howl in rage and begin gnashing and howling, occasionally snapping bloody chunks out of their own flesh, creating wounds that heal as soon as they appear. Okay, crazy people. You'll be back. Yeah, I might be. That is a possibility. But I'm hoping not right away. Now, if I go in this little thing, I could end up here with Persia and whoever else. Ooh, what's that? Or I might end up here. Although, I think they might be mirrors of each other, so maybe, I don't know. You know what? Let's finish on the ground floor.
Trust and honesty are
and then
our
we'll
bonds.
try the other one. Who's Kolo? Oh, these look like cultist people. Maybe we can avoid fighting them. Distracted, disturbed, this cultist mutters a reply to a question you did not hear. He barks a laugh to a quip that was not told. Indeed, he seems only loosely aware of anyone else's presence. He brings a cleaver down just inches from the other's hand. Will you watch what you're doing? You nearly severed my arm instead of his. The air around him becomes hazy as he smiles. Sorry, didn't catch that. Too much going on. The two cultists break off their conversation as they notice you. The man, big, raw-boned, and unsettlingly unfocused, steps over the corpse they've been hacking up and raises his butcher knife. You again, he says, glaring at you. And without the crazy redhead this time. Good. You haven't had a chance without her. What redhead are you talking about? The one like me. Stop 2 of my lines so far, he grins, but she's not in this one, is she? Have we met before? He sneers. Fought you 3 times so far walking through here. Twice that redhead did for me. But I'll still put my knife through your neck at every stream. Whichever way it goes, you're done. You can see other realities? I see everywhere, meatbag, everywhere. I don't really want to fight you. He laughs darkly. Then you shouldn't have stumbled past me. Makina allows herself a wolfish smile. This is tiresome. Are you going to keep yapping at us, or are you going to put that blade to use? The cultist turns to her companion. Kolo, do I survive this? It's easy for you, but me? I've only got the 1 life. Fine, fine, we'll let them go, he snarls at you. But this valley is the turf of the children of the Endless Gate. You pass here at our pleasure. Thanks, Kolo. Shut up. At least Kolo's somewhat of a good guy, I guess. Didn't, Is this the obelisk? Must be.
Ready.
This 5-meter-long black slab of basalt, or perhaps obsidian, has been smoothed by age. A stone statue holds the slab at an angle, lifting it to the sky, or is he lowering it? It's impossible to determine whether the incline is real, or if you imagine it. At the top end, you can see a window into another reality, a portal wide enough to step through. On the other side, it looks like a harsh and angular world. Let's examine the slab. It looks perfectly smooth. Some loving hand has polished it into a mirror gloss, though distortions beneath its surface change your appearance with every slight movement. As you lean in to examine it, your reflection becomes unspeakably beautiful. A few centimeters closer, and it becomes a shrieking horror. This close, you could feel a dense psychic weight around the obelisk, as if a culture's hopes and expectations have been packed into a single solid form. The thought of meeting those expectations and ascending the incline is daunting. How about the statue? It's a grey statue of a robed man with an ornate warhammer strapped to his back, holding the obelisk aloft or setting it down gently with his muscular arms. He exudes a fierce determination, as if he were using every quantum of energy in raising or lowering the great slab. A sign has been added to his back, a childish scrawl that reads, "The Saint of Proverbs." It seems though the statue has shifted position since you came across it. You're not quite sure, but something about its posture seems slightly different. The sculptor's cunning is such that the statue's eyes follow you wherever you go. And again, you have the strangest feeling that its expression has changed slightly. Are you raising the slab or lowering it? The statue does not answer you. Perhaps it cannot answer you. Let's try again. It doesn't answer us. We're gonna save and then try and climb the thing. Climb the slope. The slab is nearly frictionless, and you find it almost impossible to gain any sort of traction. But as you press your fingers into its surface, you can feel it melting slightly at your touch. You pull yourself upward on up on your belly, inch by inch. Your fingers beginning to bleed. You have just reached the 3-meter mark when the glistening rock begins to shake. You release your grip and slide to the ground. All your progress lost in a moment. A voice cries out in mortal terror, and the menhir crashes to the ground with a thunderous roar. A great plume of dust rises in the air. When the dust settles, the portal has vanished. You can barely make out the fingers of a hand protruding from beneath the rock, holding a scrap of grey fabric that looks almost like a mask. The fingers switch once, twice, and are still. A trickle of dark fluid dribbles out in a thin stream. Let's examine the hand. It is grey, the color of stone leached of life. It has no other distinguishing characteristics. Let's take the mask. As you pick up the mask, its ashen gaze fixes on you. The grey fabric feels like flesh, a slab of wet meat draped across your fingers. A whisper caresses your mind. Prosper. You feel an unconscious revulsion, then you turn away from the fallen slab. This must be the mask that the repugnant blob sought. What does it do? Where is it? There it is. Quest items.
All right, Rin.
Let's quick save and then go give it to the blob dude. Maybe he just wants the mask. It's a quest item, so I mean... You climbed obelisk? Crushed St. Proverbius. Though you know he lived. No matter, the future is built on blood and rage. You fell. What did you learn from this experience? Found the mask. The blob's mouth gasps simultaneously. The mask of Prosper. The face that never remembered. They yearn for it, even as they squirm away. Give it to us. Give. What will you give me for it? You did not know Prosper. You don't appreciate him like we did. We will give you nothing. Nothing. Fine here. What do I care? The blob reaches out with its deformed arms and accepts the mask from you. 3 of the facers immediately start trying to control the creature's arms so they can place the mask on one of the other faces, and they lose interest in you for the moment. Give it to me. No to me. Wear it, Tulk Sniffer. They scrabble over it for a while, then turn back to you. But what did you learn from your climb? The path was a false hope. It bobs its head, the 3 faces in sad agreement. Yet we travel it regardless. We seek its glories, but expect declines in our fortunes. No justice exists, only small spots of hope. I don't know what else to do about him. Are we done the quest? Was that it? Yes. Yes, it was. Okay, so we eventually need to go up there, but let's take a cursory glance around this area a little bit more, see if there's anything else on the ground floor. It doesn't look like it. It looks like we're done with this area. Let's check the hand one more time, just to make sure we didn't miss anything. Come on, people. Group up so we can do the hand thing. Anything about the hand? Nope. Okay. So Colo and Natalie, we're gonna ignore them. Natalie, sorry. Not Natalie. And we're gonna jump in this portal. It's the only one we can go in, apparently. We're walking in the darkness. Good, it is this one. I was hoping it'd be this one. Because there's loot. Oh, that's not very good loot. But you know what? Loot is loot, regardless of whether it's good or bad. It looks like somebody meant to add to this platform once. The project has since been abandoned. Wait a minute, we didn't look at all the alcoves up here. Oh, we did. There's nothing there anymore. Okay. Alright, Persia, who are you? What do you want? You recognize this woman from the description that Omadon gave you in Sage's Cliffs. This is Persia, Omadon's lost love. She certainly does not appear as confused as Omadon made her sound. Instead, she's studying the necropolis with a frustrated expression. Persia, isn't it? A man named Omadon is looking for you. Tranquility and I put a stop to that. You what? She says, whirling around. Her eyes are wide, pale circles. She studies your smile. Or studies your face, smiles a little, and relaxes. Good. I hope whatever you did was permanent. She turns back to the necropolis. Damn cultists, she mutters. I need to get back inside, but I can't risk. She catches your eye. Never mind. None of this is your concern. You've done more than enough. This is something she needs to handle herself, apparently. Okay. You know what? Fine, I guess. I want to do this thing.
I'm going.
Can I please interact with this? No, I don't need to talk to Eridus. Interact with this thing. There we go. A large upside-down pyramid floats before you, lit from below by a soft white light. It is made of weathered stone, but you can see lights and hear a faint buzzing sound through the cracks in its crumbling facade. Let's examine it, of course. You study it from every side. There's no inscription to explain why it was erected, or by whom, nor is there any obvious way to interact with it. You do notice that the light from inside the crack seems to follow your hand as you slide it across, so perhaps it is reacting to you after all. But it's mystical. Our mystical lore is aces, apparently. You slide your hands across the pyramid, following not the cracks, but the symbols and etchings on its surface. After a great deal of experimentation, and not a small amount of luck, you discover a specific pattern which causes the light to grow in intensity. As it does so, a soft warmth envelops you, refreshing your body and mind. As you feel better, however, the pyramid seems to grow more dim. You stop, not wanting to waste the pyramid's obvious healing power just yet. It should be saved for a time when you really need it. We're okay for now.
Sure.
Maybe. Hopefully there's not a lot of fighting here, because we're not really built for that. We have a lot of people to talk to over here, apparently. This androgynous woman projects an air of fearsome will. Her muscles are thin and wiry, and her body screams of sharp edges. She seems like a human stiletto. Her head is shaved, and she bears the tattoo of a cast-off on her scalp. Never seen you before, she says. I'm Baris, Bearcale Bruna. She starts scanning the cliffside. How long have you been awake since you moved out of your body, I mean? He's not joining Paj, Bearcale. Not if I have anything to do with it. Not particularly interested in recruiting anyone, Matkina. Not my mission, she faces Matkina. You still mad about Colin? Still carrying that grudge? She looks at you and jerks her thumb at Matkina. All the people she fought so hard to save, they're all dead. Natural causes, she shrugs. But you don't carry a grudge for natural causes. I'm starting to remember why I left Mielavast. Starting to remember why we encouraged you to leave, she turns back to you. Anyway, was on my way to Mielavast with a message for Paj Reken, but the portals are blocked. The cowards heard someone say that the Sorrow's hunting again, so they locked the doors behind themselves. Paj will get her message later. I need to return to the endless battle. Tell me about Paj Reken. She flashes a quick look of surprise. Oh right, you're new. Paj is commander of the First's militia. Took up the mantle, keeping our cursed sire's forces contained. Smart woman. Tough. Why would you fight the changing god? She sighs. He's going to kill us if he gets the chance. He wants to erase us. Thinks that's the way to stop the Sorrow. We're not his children to him. More like broken clones, byproducts. He'd never sacrifice himself, but that's because he's the only real person in his world. I thought he was dead. I thought the First was dead. She is. Paj kept the name in the First's honor. She doesn't care for the glory. Besides, our creator's carked. Fighting him's the best bet. Using the First's name reminds everyone why we fight. What's the message for her? Maybe I could deliver it. Endless battle intelligence, not for you. Suck was something else. Tell me about the endless battle. If it's really endless, why keep fighting? She shrugs. Makes us stronger, faster, deadlier. More of what we are. Strips away the dross of life and makes the experience shine. Peacetime life is dull and worthless. Like watching life go past through a veil. War clarifies life. Makes us better. Endless is a good thing, if you keep that in mind. How are you going to get back to the endless battle? She points. I was looking for the pass to Colin Village, but it collapsed. Doesn't seem to be any way over those mountains either. No matter, I'll find a different way. She glances at you sidelong and sneers. Sooner rather than later, I think. Tell me about Mielavast. She stares at you flatly for a moment. You feel a tickling in the back of your mind, and she shrugs. See for yourself, if you can get in. They lock themselves away. I think they're going to find answers while they're tucked away from the world, she shrugs. Place has its uses, true, but it's mostly a bolt hole from the world. Death comes for us all. Mielavast is just a place to prolong the waiting. And what's cowardly about keeping the Sorrow out of there? Hasn't found them there for hundreds of years, but now they say it's time to close the doors, like it's going to traipse in. Been telling them that if the Sorrow tries hard enough, it'll get in. Can't stop that kind of power. On that we agree. Mielavast is a false hope. She nods at your sister. Always were smart about that. Pity you're not so reasonable on the rest. See ya. No, you won't. I'm done looking for a way over these twice-damn mountains. Gonna find a different way to the valley. Been real good talking with you, though. The tone in her voice makes you question the veracity of that statement. Alright, bye. With that, she strides off. I can't say I'm really super sad to see her go. We are out of time. I'm a little bit sad about that, but we're out of time for now. We'll do more videos tomorrow. It is a Friday off, so We didn't do the cat either yet, did we? We'll do it as well in the next video, or this weird pond, or this little portal, which I think leads to that one. Or something along those lines. We'll figure it out anyways. We'll talk to these people, then go back down because there's no other way for us to go over here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.